Hey everybody, Playtendoguy here, and I'm back with another video. Today's Monday, so you know what that means. It's New Release Monday, so what better chance is it to go out to the shops and see what they've got, or haven't in Poundland's case. Today we're going to hit up a couple of Poundlands, go into One Below, well, one of the local One Belows, and a few of the supermarkets, as well as hopefully having a look in H&V to see what they've got. So without further ado, let's hit the road and see what we can find. So right then, first stop of the day is One Below, and we have a look in here to see what titles they've got on offer. And overall, they've got a decent selection of things here. A few new Blu-rays, but nothing really too fancy. We do have a nice new delivery of DVDs, and I'll show you them throughout this footage, so you can see which ones that they currently have available. So we're finally arrived at King's Lynn, and unfortunately I didn't get no footage in Poundland because they've got rid of most of their Blu-rays and replaced them with Christmas CDs. So we go straight on to the coffee shop with a lovely latte from Cafe Nero. Next stop is Poundland number 1, the only Poundland for today, and unfortunately it's pretty much bog standard stuff here, nothing new here whatsoever, it's just same old stuff. They've never had a new delivery in for like ages, so it is a shame because there's a lot of stuff here that's just lingering because nobody really wants it. So next stop is Tesco, and unfortunately we don't have none of the new releases in, but we do have some new releases from the past week, such as Black Widow and Black Widow on 4K, but bizarrely Black Widow on 4K doesn't actually come with a slip, which is disappointing. We also do have Nobody, which surprisingly comes with a slip here, whereas other shops it doesn't. It's strange what's going on with the slips just lately. We also have Conjuring 3, Hitman Bodyguard's Wife, and overall it's a pretty decent little selection of Blu-rays here. As for the DVDs, nothing really new here. You do have your new releases here, but unfortunately there's no real offers here, which is kind of disappointing. But overall, it's the same old sort of selection of DVDs that you find in this Tesco. Onto the video games now, and unfortunately nothing here. It seems to be the same old stuff. It kind of makes me wonder whether they're going to move out with video games, because as for the Xbox and the PlayStation side of things, they haven't had really no new releases for the past month or two, and most of the shelves are empty, which is a shame. And the final stop of the day is Sainsbury's. And straight up on the Blu-ray section, I'm seeing Black Widow and Nobody. Bizarrely, there's no Black Widow on Blu-ray, but we do have the 4K with the slip, which is a lovely looking slip, might I add. And we also do have Nobody, but again, this version doesn't have a slip, which is kind of odd. There's also your usual suspects here, such as Hitman, Bodyguard's Wife, Conjuring 2, Mortal Kombat, and all the various big blockbuster Marvel films. Unfortunately, there's no discounts here whatsoever. It's just the same old prices, and the same goes for the sort of like older Blu-ray chart, which is a shame. As with Sainsbury's moving out of media, you kind of thought they would do like a price blowout, just getting rid of all the titles, but hey. And here's a look at all the DVDs on offer, and again we do have all the new releases like Black Widow and Nobody, but there's no Monster here because again, for some reason the supermarkets where I live don't put the stuff out until Tuesday. Overall, decent selection of stuff. There's a couple of cheapy titles at the bottom, but nothing really worth getting. Also, there's a look at some of the Disney stuff here, but again, it's the same old stuff. No real big discounts, unfortunately. And finally, we have a look at some of the extra DVDs they have, like some of the cheaper ones, as well as some of the TV stuff. Overall, it's pretty much similar selection that you normally find in Sainsbury's, though again, I really wish they would just discount some. time for another latte, but this time we're going somewhere a little bit different. We're going to McDonald's, and you know what? It's actually really quite nice. So anyway, that's enough Blu-ray hunting for today. Let's bugger off home and see what we picked up. And we're back, people, and it's been a really decent little day. We went to King's Lynn, had a look in the town, did have a look in H&V, unfortunately didn't get any footage. Did go into the Pound Van there, but unfortunately they've got rid of most of their Blu-rays now and replaced them with Christmas CDs for some reason. And obviously the one below there has closed down. But we did check the other Pound Land, unfortunately nothing in there. Did also check one of my local ones, and again nothing much in there. But I did go into One Below and a couple of the supermarkets. None of the new releases, unfortunately, because they're weird. They don't put them out until tomorrow, but hey ho, we did have a look nevertheless. So anyway, we're finally home, so it's time to go through all the pickups I've had in the past week. And first up is Subscriber Mail, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one that was sent to me by my good friend Ryan of Let's Get Kickin' Movies. I have done a subscriber mail on this one, so there is a video in detail. But yeah, great guy, great channel, definitely worth subbing to him. And straight on to the actual pickups, and the first one is a Pound Van one. I went to my local Pound Van store in the week, and I have seen this one in there for a couple of weeks since they had their new delivery about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I thought, you know what, pick it up. And that is Jarhead, The Siege. It's got Scott Adkins in, Charlie Weber. I haven't got a clue what it's about really. I gather it's like a war film. I've never seen the original Jarhead with Jake Gyllenhaal, but I thought I'd pick it up because I've never seen this title before. It's probably going to be a load of rubbish, but for £2 I thought it'd be worth a go. Took it to the till and scanned it, and it went through as 50p. So really couldn't say no to that one. So yeah, that's Jarhead, The Siege. Probably going to be a load of rubbish, but we'll wait and see. Next up, we went into One Below, and they had a pretty decent little delivery in. Mostly it was all DVDs, nothing really new there, but I did find quite a few films. And first up is Woman in Gold. This has actually been doing the rounds on Blu-ray, but unfortunately they never had the Blu-ray copy, but it doesn't really matter. This is got Helen Mirren and Ryan Reynolds in like one of his more serious roles, which is nice to see. Basically, it's about this woman here played by Helen Mirren as she tries to retrieve her possessions that were took away from her by the Nazis back in World War II. It looks like a very interesting and kind of a heartbreaking story. So yeah, really looking forward to watching this one. Next up, we have something called Regression with Emma Watson and Ethan Hawke. It's a horror film. Don't really know much about it, but by the cast alone I thought, you know what, give it a go, see what it's like. Next one is, well, more or less two of the same, but we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Best of Michelangelo, which includes 3 episodes. This includes A Thing About Rats, What's Michelangelo Good For, and Adventures in Turtle Sitting. And it also comes in a lovely orange case, which I think is pretty cool. And I also found a Raphael one as well, and again in a cool red case. This one has 3 episodes as well, and this has Raphael meets his match, Raphael versus the volcano, and Mr. Nice Guy. These are just over 60 minutes each, so it's not too bad. They also do one for Donatella and Leonardo, which is quite cool, so hopefully they'll have them 2 in the store later on down the line. But yeah, for £1 each, I'm pretty happy with that. I do remember watching these like, cartoons when I'm a kid, so it'd be nice to go down memory road and see what it's like. And the final pickup from One Below is a film that I've been wanting to get for a little while. I did pick up the sequel in Poundland last year, but I always want the original, and that is Sicario. Yes. It's got Emily Blunt in it, Benicio del Toro, and Josh Brolin in it. It looks like a very sort of cool, sort of army, military sort of film. Yeah. Heard some very positive things about it. So I'm looking forward to watching this one and its sequel, probably back to back. Did go into Sainsbury's and I did go into the one in my local town centre, and whilst I've got a display for like Black Widow and a little display of cheap films, they've got rid of all their main chart titles. All the main chart titles have disappeared. No CDs, no DVDs, no Blu-rays, no, it's just loads of books, and that is a real disappointment. But nevertheless, on like the cheap shelf, they did have a copy of this, and I have been after this for quite a while, and it has got one of these like retro slips, which I seem to be collecting for some reason, and that is Dr. Zhivago. Yeah, really lovely cover art for that. I really do like these slips. They're so good. Yeah, slip cover's really nice. It also includes quite a few special features. Here is the front cover and the back. Loads of special features. Over 3 hours long, so it's quite a long one, this one is. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this one. I've heard it's like an all-time classic, so yeah, that's Dr. Zhivago. I think, if I remember correctly, that is on the H&V premium range, so if I like the film, I probably might upgrade it to the premium. But talking about H&V, I did pop in there and did pick up 2 titles, and as I watched the first Halloween the other week and really enjoyed it, I thought, as Halloween Kills is coming out in a few weeks' time, I thought I'd pick up the first Halloween, or Halloween 2018, and I actually found it with a slipcover, so I grabbed it real quick, and that is Halloween 2018. Only $4.99, which is pretty cheap, as the DVD in there was $5.99, so £1 cheap on Blu-ray. This also comes with a digital copy. I have actually got a digital copy of this, but I'd rather have the physical version, so I'll probably end up giving the digital code away, hopefully, if it still works. But yeah, this is sort of like the true sequel to the original Halloween. Whilst there's been like loads of different sequels to Halloween, they basically it sort of forgets that they exist, if I am correct. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this one. There is the film, really nice front cover. Really looking forward to watching this, and eventually Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, because it looks like a really good little trilogy. This also sees Jamie Lee Curtis returning in the role, which is really cool. So yeah, how long is it? It's not too long, just over 100 minutes long, and there's some pretty decent little special features as well. So yeah, that's Halloween 2018. And the final pickup of the week is a box set. I mean, I have been after this for quite a while, and I have seen all the films before and really do like most of them. But yeah, as we were talking about it on Ryan's stream on Friday night, I thought, you know what, I'll pick this up, because it actually had 20% off it. And that's Batman, the Motion Picture Anthology. It was $15.99, but it had 20% off, so it came to about £12 and a few pence. And this includes Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. So you get all 4 films here with a slew of special features, over 18 hours of special features, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, that's Batman the Anthology Collection. I did notice they did like a couple of different variations of this. They do like a newly released one, which is in a very slim case with all 4 discs in. But this one has like 2 separate cases for like 2 films in each cases, so I thought that would be a better choice, because I've got quite a few like Warner Brothers sets, like the Lord of the Rings one and Lethal Weapon set in like a similar design to this, so that's why I've got this one. So yeah, really looking forward to rewatching these films, especially Batman and Batman Returns. So yeah. So anyway, that's the end of the video for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me what you think of my pickups in the comments section down below. And if you've got any recommendations for me, that would also be great. Anyway, just a quick shout out is that tomorrow night we will be returning for another live stream at 7:30. And me and Andy will be joined by special guests, Florentina Faconti, which will be brilliant, as well as Sophie's Retro Revival. And also, hopefully, James Millship from Jim Jam Movies and TV will also be joining us. So join us tomorrow night at 7:30 for another fun-filled evening, as well as hopefully a quiz this week if I remember to actually write one. So anyway, that'll do it for today. Thank you ever so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you could like and subscribe, that would be totally awesome. And as always, till next time, bye.